So, okay, am I audible?
Yes, sir, audible.
Yes, you are assess. Okay. So, okay, we will continue our discussion on this customer satisfaction. So, last class we have seen about the various aspects of customer satisfaction. In your syllabus, it is given as how do you measure customer satisfaction. So, the customer satisfaction, actually, we have to get feedback. How do you get to? How do you do feedback? There are many methods. Everything has got its own advantages. So, all these things we will discuss in this class. Scan. Okay. This already we discussed. So the customer needs, so this person Tubul has told, so the customer needs, if you take it as a circle, and whatever the company offer, that if you take as a square, so this we are interested in this area, overlap area. That means whatever company offering and the customer needs should be satisfied. Then only, sorry, the customer needs and the company offer should be same. Then only the customer will be satisfied. And this area, whatever company is offering, is actually not required for the customer. And here, the company should try to offer whatever the unfulfilled needs. So these are all unfulfilled needs. So in other words, this area, ideally the circle should come inside the square, or at least this area should be large. So that's what this James Tubul has given this model, where the company offer and the customer needs, we have to, based on this, he did this research. And okay, this I will skip. This also I'll skip. So now the voice of the customer. So this is an entire course we are going to see whether it is going to be, especially there is one topic called quality function deployment, where very in detail we will see what is how to obtain, voice of customer, what is the importance of the voice of the customer. So the voice of the customer is going to be very important. In other words, the feedback, whatever customer feedback, then only you will be able to improve the sale, as well as you will be able to improve the quality. So these are some of the various methods: common card, customer questionnaire, which is a very popular method, you know very well, customer questionnaire. So that's what we will see how to, because examination also, how to prepare a questionnaire, customer questionnaire for obtaining feedback. So I'll give one example where the typical approach and the right way, these the two things will be. And there are other methods which are also very important. For example, focus group. So where I'll give some examples, you can understand what is the importance of focus, how to obtain the customer feedback using these techniques: toll-free numbers, customer visits, report card, internet computers, employee feedback, and finally mass customization. So these are the various techniques by which you can obtain customer feedback. Okay. First, common card. So this common card, what they do is, either in the receipt also, at the end of the receipt, what they will give, whatever comment, what is your name, that has to be given. Normally the receipt will be given to the customer. Normally when you are purchasing a product, the receipt will be given to the customer. So in the receipt there will be one small thing which you have to remove and then give it back to the shop. So here they will give what is the age, why do you purchase this brand, all these things, very minor detail. What is your age? Because that is very important, because once you make one model of TV, which age of customers are attracted towards that model, all these things, now you need this data so that you can change your models and other things. So this common card, normally receipt, that is not very popular, end of the receipt, because receipt means it is given to the customer. Warranty card, normally in the warranty card there will be one more thing, warranty card, where in the warranty card, where you give this, you will be asking this information, you will be given comments: what is your name, what is your age, why you are decided to buy this company. All these details you will have, so that they can models and other things they can take. Of course, warranty card we will give it back to the shop. So this is called common card, which is a very easy, which is the cheapest method, very cheap. So next comes the customer questionnaire, which is a very popular method. You know very well, many surveys. So that is actually, it is a customer survey. So you are going to take a survey, and then you are going to find out what are going to be your quality problems, what is because basically it is for identifying the customer needs. So because all these things. So straight away I will go for one example which is given in the textbook. So there we will try to. This is a spouse satisfaction survey, so which is taken from this Besterfield textbook. So normally this is a very popular method. So you will be asked to give a rating, highly satisfied or highly dissatisfied. So it's a very popular method. Many times you might have seen nowadays. No, even in India, most of the products, this type of survey almost invariably either to if you are buying online purchase, whatever may be the purchase, no, this type of feedback is very popular. But of course, sometimes it is not, it is costly also. Internet, somebody has to do the job, no? So it's costly also. So now we will try. So this is a very typical approach. So for a spouse, whether it is husband or wife, for this satisfaction. So these are some of the requirements they found out. Trash removal, whether you are satisfied, highly satisfied or dissatisfied. Personal hygiene, lawn maintenance, romance, thoughtfulness, listening skills. So that is very important. Now, because when you know one day or other you are going to get married, listening skills are very important. You listen to your spouse. That is going to be very. So you are highly satisfied or faithfulness, respect for mother-in-law. Overall, how you are satisfied with your marriage. So this way, the questionnaire is prepared. So this is a very typical approach. Now you will get data many times. No, even I tried last time fluid power system. I got feedback from the student because I designed the question. Normally, no, BTOP they have their own questions. So I gave some feedback. Only some 28 students they responded. But finally, no, with that data, I don't know what to do. That is the problem. In fact, I framed the questions because these online classes, no, everybody says online classes are not being very effective. So that is the reason, based on online environment, I have been asking some questions, and many 20. Luckily, out of 61 students, 21 students they gave 28 students they gave responses. But the question is, for example, innovative approaches. All the 100%, 28 students said that I am very innovative. 100%. Even at some stage, I can show that all the 28 students attending, I am a very innovative teacher. But the problem is, no, in our when we go for inspection, Dr. Jefferson is in charge of that innovation file, because when we go for inspection, no, what innovative teaching practices are being followed in VIT University? They ask these questions, but I am not able to give anything for that file. Many times, no, whenever there is inspection, WhatsApp, Dr. Jefferson sir will be sending a WhatsApp message saying, sir, you please give your file for that innovative teaching practices. So how to prepare, that is going to be very important. Then you should prepare in such a way that data should be useful for analyzing the quality or understanding the customer needs. So these two things are basically, this is about customer needs. So that should be very important. So this way, this is fine. It's a very popular method, very typical method. We know very well. From this, I think if you ask the questions properly, you will be asking. But this is the right way, because here it doesn't say among the trash removal, lawn maintenance, or romance, respect for mother, which is going to be very. So this says for in trash removal, I am neutral. For personal hygiene, I am saying personal hygiene, I am giving a rating of 4. So you have to find out among this. So when you want to, especially when you go for a product, which feature is going to be very important. All these things are very important. So now I will show which is the right way. So now you ask the questions. How often do you expect the trash to be taken out by your spouse? Here the word spouse is there. So don't think your trash should be always taken by your wife. It is meant for the other person also. Spouse means husband and wife. So how often means not at all, daily, when it's full, when it remained, or when the stench arouses the anger of the neighbor. So, but this is basically not from India. This book is not from Westerfield. The author is not from India. So in India, the stench, if arouses the anger of neighbors also, nothing will happen. So how often, same question is repeated again. How often is the trash taken out by your spouse? How satisfied? So specifically, you go to one point. So how satisfied are you with your thing? Very satisfied. So you ask some questions. how often do you want? So all these things gives an idea about trash removal at least. And then you ask, on a scale of 1 to 8, please rank the importance of the following for the happiness of a marriage, where the trash removal is very important. So you can give, for example, for some cases, no, respect for mother-in-law is very important. Next, second one is faithfulness, because very important. Whenever in a marriage to be successful, because you are going to get married in another 4 or 5 years, faithfulness is going to be very, very important. You will understand. But later still, the faithfulness is very important. Listening skills are also very important. That is the reason we are asking you to attend the classes. You please get yourself to trained to listen. That is very important. Learning is important. Lifelong learning is important. Listening. 3 L's are very important. Learning is important. Lifelong learning is important, and listening is going to be important. And so this way, if you are rating, then, so for example, if you have a feature, same thing, if you go for a feature, which feature is very important for the performance of the product also, we can find. So this is a right way. Now moving back, that is customer questionnaire. You have to be the data should be useful. Whatever you are getting data, and this is going to be a very important examination point of view. So I'm going to, when you're going to a restaurant, how do you prepare to identify the customer needs? How do you prepare the customer survey? Hospital, you go to the hospital, you go to the bank. So these are because I have to take 3 questions. I have to take 3 questions. Mostly it will be from a service end, because these type of feedback, service quality is going to be very important. Of course, product also I can ask. So how to prepare? You have to train yourself. Then only examination, CAT1 examination, even FAT exam also. This question I will ask. The next comes something called focus group. What is that focus group? So here there is one thing. You identify a group of people who know about the product. They need not be customers. Sometimes they need not be customers also. And then you try to find out. What is going to be important for the customer. What is going to be important for the customer needs. So here there is one thing called imprint analysis. So in focus group, they will do something called, which is beyond the scope of this subject, because internet you can put what is imprint analysis. You please put and you can find out. So what they found out is going to be very important. So basically focus group is a group of people, and there will be a moderator, and they will be discussing, and then finally, and these people they know very well about the product. So they are knowledgeable about the product. They sit together and then try to find out which need is very important for the customer. All these things they will do. So in this customer, one major ice cream manufacturer, they did this imprint analysis, and they found out which was very important, and they are very highly successful in obtaining the feedback. So what they found out from the customer is, because this textbook is from USA, so most of them know the ice cream company, they were giving some ice creams, they were selling some ice creams. Of course, their sales were very good, but still they want to improve. So what they found out is, and many of the people in the survey, in this focus group meeting, what they send is normally ice cream. I know even in India, ice cream, they are high fat item. You know very well, ice creams. If you want the ice cream to be tasty, it has to be high fat. So high fat will be there. So the customers, what they are telling is, during the weekdays, listen to me carefully. During the weekdays, they want low fat ice creams, because they are going out, they should not be in trouble. So during the weekdays, Monday to Friday, they want low fat ice creams. That is for healthier. So they want to become healthier. And weekends, Saturday, Sunday, they want rich fat ice creams, so that they want to reward themselves. For being healthier, because 5 days they are eating low fat ice creams. So that is the requirement what from imprint analysis they found out. So this focus group, they did thinking from the thing. What the thing is, so they want to, previously the ice cream manufacturer, they were manufacturing only rich fat ice creams. Now what they identified is 5 days of a week, 5 days of the working days, they want low fat ice cream, and during weekends they want high fat ice creams. So what they did is, they did only thing simple. They made two brands. One ice cream, rich fat ice cream, that is for weekend, and then one ice cream, low fat, so that the customers become. And then what they found out is, they made very good business. Both the ice creams, they made very good business. So this type of customer needs, has to be identified by these type of requirements. You can do only by means of focus group. These type of things you will not be able to get from customer questionnaire, because many times you know very well, customer may not be knowing very well about the products. That is the problem many times. So based on experience, focus group, they found out. And the next comes the toll-free telephone numbers. So you know very well, 1800 everywhere, every product you will buy, there will be a toll-free number. That is basically for giving feedback as far as complaints also. There will be a toll-free number. So every now Indian 50% of the, you will be very surprised. 50% of the Indian companies, they are having toll-free companies, especially consumer items. Any product you buy, if you have anything, you can give a toll-free number. You can give a call. You can give feedback. They will be very happy to receive the. Many times they make phone calls also. So this toll-free number is a very method. In India, it is gaining popularity. Gaining popularity in the sense, I don't know how effective it is, but it is being practiced in India also. Now, here there is an issue. Only those who are purchasing the product, those who are, for example, I am purchasing a Kelvinator Samsung refrigerator is in my house. So I will have the toll-free number of Samsung only. Competing products I will not have. So I will give, if at all I am giving feedback, I can give only. So those who are not using will not give feedback. But we want that voice is very important, because I bought Samsung. I am very happy with the Samsung. Even my refrigerator, something, once again I will go for Samsung. But as a company, as an organization, I want who are all non-customers. Non-customers are very important. This toll-free reach telephone number will not reach the non-free customers. Of course, questionnaire we can give for non-consumers also, consumers also. So that is about toll-free. That is about toll-free telephone numbers. So next comes the customer visits. So this is also a very important thing, customer visits. And you go to the customer and you get feedback of the company. So this I will give an example. For example, if you take a cell phone tape, the same example I'll give for other one. If you take a cell phone tape, you don't know, first time when you are removing, which type we have to unwind, we will not know. Initially, if you have a cell phone, So the same problem, even it came for a large engineering industry. I think General Electric companies. For this General Electric company, the same problem came. Usually, the steel sheets will be supplied in the form of a roll, a 25-ton roll. And whenever the steel supplier has given the steel in the form of roll, steel sheet in the form of the roll, and many times now, this General Electric company, they spent around half an hour to find out, because the 25-ton means they have to use a crane to unwind it. Then only they can cut and they can use it. So while unwinding so they were spending around 30 to 45 minutes, because their engineering skills are very high. Still, they were spending 30 to 45 minutes to find out which way to unwind. Then only they will be to unwind and they'll be able to. So once this steel company, they were spending one supervisor just to go to the customer, find out what is their problem, what is their problem with the product. So this supervisor went to that General Electric company. So that's what customer visit. So he went there, and then they were struggling 45 minutes to 30 minutes to 45 minutes. They are struggling to find out which way to unwind the steel roll. So the same problem, even cell phone tape also is same. First time, initially you buy, which way to unwind in my club. Now this supervisor came to the company and told they are spending 45 minutes and they are not happy. They want us to do something. So very simple, 2-minute job. Very simple. While manufacturing the roll, you give the arrow mark, which way to unwind. Because while manufacturing, you know which way we have to unwind. You agree with me? So while manufacturing the steel roll, in a steel roll, I think metal forming rolling is studied. So while manufacturing, you know which way you have to unwind. So you just give, it's only a very inexpensive 2-minute solution. You give an arrow mark, unwind, you give an arrow mark. So that's all. So these type of things, these type of small things, when you make a visit to the customer site, when you consumer products, of course, these things will not come. You cannot come and find out how you are using the soap and other things. So only for industrial products. So you make a customer visit, and you can identify the customer needs easily. So this is one example of customer needs. Then report cards. So this I'll show one more report cards. So this is what report card. So quarterly report card. So continuously somebody is, for example, mobile companies, they are using service providers, no, this Airtel and other things, no, they give every 3 months, 6 months, ACT, all these things, no, they give quarterly report card. So you have to get product quality, if it is a product, whether on time delivery, whether service, what is overall. So this type of email you can get email. Now, how to apply in the question? Initially, no, everything will be in paper. You give it to the paper. You have to write and other things. So now, no, with now mobile phone and internet is available. No, so all these things you can. Many times, for example, television and the refrigerator, if you are buying, no, email, they send the feedback. Of course, one more thing is very important because customer will not be ready to spend time. That's why multiple choice questions are very popular. You have to give highly satisfied, low satisfied, all these things. If you ask them to give in the form of stories, no, they will, because they can. Nobody wants to spend time. Spend time. So it should be within 10 minutes. That's what all the survey, customer feedback survey, within 10 minutes they have to. They will be able to give the survey. That is going to be very important. For that, multiple choice, even though it's a typical method, it is highly popular. The report card is one thing, and the next one is internet and computers. And this is also very important. In the internet, now you go to internet, you can give feedback. As a customer, social media, websites, wherever in internet and computer, you can give feedback. You can give your opinion. Facebook, you can give your opinion. All these things, So here also, as a customer, you can give feedback, and even the company can find out. So what is your need? Customer needs can be easily identified from internet and computers. So next thing is employee feedback. So 1 minute I'll come. Okay, so next is employee feedback. So for example, in our university, I think, so students can give feedback. Then you know what is the problem. So student will tell something. Many times, no, our VIT students will the feedback. Lift is not working. Any engineering college, they will say food is not mess food is not good. So all these things, any engineering college, because I have been 25 years. I stayed in hostel. I studied in a college called Coimbatore Institute of Technology, which is on the southwest side of from Chennai. So it's around 600 kilometers. There is a place called Coimbatore. I think North Indian students I'm telling. So from Coimbatore, I studied at Coimbatore Institute of Technology. So I also studied in hostel, and 25 years I have been seeing students. So generally students know they'll mess food is not good, lift is not working, and then of course they will take teaching. Many things they will placement is not good. All these things the students will care. What is the problem they will tell. But employee, as we teachers, we faculty members, we can tell why this problem is there. Also, we can tell why, because because we are also students. Once we are also students, and we can tell why this problem is coming. Also, we can. So because that customer need, the students will tell. The student will tell what is the problem, what is the need, but why this is happening. So all these things, employee can give very good feedback. So that is going to be very important. Mass customization. So last one is the mass customization. So now, 1 second. So next thing is the mass customization. So now what is this mass customization? Generally, customers require more variety. You know very well, customer, when you go to when you want to purchase your shirts and pants, when you go to shop, you want more variety, you want different colors. Customers normally require more variety, but always there is a cost when you are going to provide more variety. So there is a cost associated. So this, I think, manufacturing you must study. when you do something in mass production, the cost will come down. Cost will come down. So for the example, because you know about forging, so there is a process called forging, which is used to manufacture connecting rod. You know, IC engines for connecting rod. So suppose the customer ask today, he ask 100 mm length, for just crude example I'm giving, 100 mm connecting rod today. Tomorrow he says, I want to change the design. I want to make it 120 mm. Please give 120 mm. The problem is, no, you know very well, if you have studied manufacturing process, I think for this batch I was also teaching manufacturing process. So you know very well the die, whatever die, forging die, no, when you want to make a forging, it's very expensive. 100 mm, 120 mm, if you want to change the design, now changing the design one day you can do. The software, so many wonders are there. So many wonders are there. Now, if you want to change the die, it will 1 to 1.5 lakhs you require, then only you will be able to do. But now, of course, technology has improved. There is a solution. If you ask Dr. Raghukiran or Dr. Jefferson, additive manufacturing, they will give immediately. Within 2 days, they will give. Because there is a problem, not only the making the die expensive as well as making the die also. But of course, now technology has come in such a way, rapid prototyping can be used to, within 2-3 days, we can make the die, make the component, make the connecting rod itself we can make. So this mass customization, what is the issue is, customers want more variety. So you know very well, even when you want to buy shirts, you want different category, you want different style, different designs, different colors, so many things, different fabric quality, everything you want different. If many varieties provided, the customer will be very happy. But as an organization, you cannot give it as affordable cost. So that is a problem. You cannot give it as cost. So when you have more variety, it will be expensive. It isn't expensive. So that is that when you are able to do mass customization, no. So I will give some 2 or 3 examples. So this this Dell computer, the laptop, Dell computer. So I am using this class I am taking from the Dell computer, because one more computer is Acer actually. Sorry, Lenovo. So other one is Lenovo. This one is Dell. So this is what Dell computer. What is the thing is, you can go for the Dell desktop computer. That is for the desktop computer. If one customer says, I want Intel processor, and the second customer says, I don't want Intel custom, I want some other process. And next thing, one customer says, I want this A brand of speaker. Second one, these things. So Dell computer, what they are doing is, they are getting the order from the customer. That is called mass customization. So one customer says, I want Intel processor. The other customer, I don't want Intel processor. Some other processor I want. Same way, all the products, whether it is monitor, all these things, keyboard, all these things, no, they want a component. That's what laptop assembly was once very popular. People know they were getting all the components and they were doing some business. Like that, no, this is mass customization. So if you are able to give like this, if you're able, so the customer, the idea is, no, whatever exactly the customer wants, if you are giving it, then they will be very happy. So if I'm saying, I don't want Intel, because my laptop, you know very well, because even later only I realized. So normally I am ready to pay only 40,000 rupees. Many times, no, 40,000 fan is not there. Suppose if somebody is asking for feedback, I will tell 40,000 rupees, you give fan, because I am using it for 14 hours, 15 hours a day. This laptop now, 1.5 years, during COVID I purchased. That is July 2021 I purchased. So almost 1.5 years over. Sorry, July 20, not July 2020 I bought it. And I am using it for 1.5 years. And every day, because I was doing PhD, all these things, so many classes, so many code tantra invigilation, so many VTOP entry, mark entry, so many things I have done. It has come to now, still today morning, it's not working properly actually. So by God's grace, now it is working actually. So all these things, no, I will be very happy. The main problem, if you are using it for 14 hours, the problem is fan should be there. Only high-end laptops, no, they have 60,000 rupees. That's what I understand. If you purchase a laptop from 50,000 rupees, 60,000 rupees, sorry, 60,000 rupees, then only the fan will be provided. So these type of this is 37,000. 37,000 fan is not there. So that is a problem. That is creating problem, because Now the weather is good, Chennai weather. But if you May monthly, if you take now, already the temperature is around 40, 38 degree 40. Now heat is there, 14 hours, the customer laptop. That is the reason normally I used to shut down. At least during lunchtime, I'll shut down. So it gets heated up and the performance comes down. So if, for example, if you ask me feedback, I will tell, please provide me a fan and try to give it at the cost of 40,000 rupees. So if all the needs of the customers are given, then you'll be very happy. You'll be delighted. So that's not mass customization. So Dell Computer says, if the customer says, I want fan, they will give. The only thing is, of course, so the next example is the best example is jeans. So this normally, you go to your shop, naturally it will be available. So they will have this fabric, you can tell this fabric, this jeans, for example, jeans, what this color, blue, light blue, all colors. Paint, next third example is a paint company. So any paint company nowadays you go, they mix, they do wonders because now this digital technology has helped like this. So any combination, hundreds of color you can choose because once 2008 I went for purchasing a paint, lot of variety because they make all red and blue, all whatever combination they are showing the chart, some hundreds of colors they are ready to give. So that is mass customization. Now I can choose. Previously, paint companies 25 years back, red color will be there, orange color will be there, some 4 or 5 colors, you take it or not, you take it or leave it. That's what. So now that is called mass customization. So I can choose the color. Within one day, they will give that paint, that type of paint. So these type of things are called mass customization. So where you can get the voice of the customers, And now about the customer visits, I have some interesting information from this Westerfield book. Just I'll share this one because I thought customer visit leadership. I think I forgot to give this one. One more point is there. So leadership, the leader should go to the place where the product is being used. Wherever product, if he goes, that is going to create wonders. That will create, because that is also one thing. I think I forgot to use that point. I have the slide. I'll show the slide. Okay. Example. So this leadership. So the Indian president, Dr. Abdul Kalam, he visited the Siachen Glacier at the age of 72. The world highest battle. That's true because he is the supreme commander. So he went there and he went there and found out under what conditions our soldiers are working, and he commended the efforts of. So this is one example. The leadership by example, how you are getting the customer. You cannot say they are all customers, but they are getting the thing of thing. The same thing, one more example also they are given. So just you see the arrow, I think this arrow mark. The ex-Indian Railway Minister Lalu Prasad Yadav used to travel sometimes by second-class train to understand the difficulties. So this way, from the leadership also, you can. So it will get wonders. So I used to find many times, the principal of the engineering college coming and asking the students, he will go to the canteen, he will go to the mess. One Sunday, you will go to the mess. You talk to the students. So student will be given they will be asking about the needs. So from the top leadership also, that is also very effective method of obtaining feedback. And now all these things we have been telling about product quality. So whatever we have discussed now, whatever these things, they are very ideally used only products. Whatever examples, for example, jeans, Dell Computer, all these things I have been giving examples for only product quality. When it comes to service quality, how it is going to be different. So service quality, organization is very important. Customer care everywhere, that is why even you will be with mobile phone. Many times you might have made a phone call to customer care. So almost all mobile service provider is very popular, customer care. So how to obtain feedback from the customer care, so communication, frontline people. So the frontline people, for example, for students, teacher, they are frontline people. Directly, you cannot communicate with the top management. So VIT has got some around 14,000. So last 10 days, 15 days back, we had a meeting. Right now, there are some around 14,800 students are there. So directly, the chancellor cannot interact. Or even the dean, our dean has got some around 1,200 students. And now, I think you know very well. Now, yesterday, the dean has changed. Now, Dr. Srikanth Dondapati is the dean of School of Mechanical Engineering. Of course, Sivakumar sir got transferred to some other sponsored research. He became the dean of sponsored research. So they can even my School of Mechanical Engineering has got some around 1,000 right now. The strength is around 1,000 CAD CAM, everything put together around 1,000 to 1,000 tools. You cannot in. So frontline people, teachers are frontline people. So many times, even some students were asking about all these things. So frontline people, so they should be very courteous. They should be well mannered. That's all very important. Frontline people. So normally that's why receptionists, they will speak nicely, but the service will not be there. Nicely, very courteously, they will speak. Their language will be very good, but they will not solve problem. Many times that is my thing. Then leadership, here only leadership example comes. Okay. So these are some of the important issues when it comes to service quality, when it comes to service quality. So very quickly I'll show. So as an organization, service we have to identify. Because the service we have to, because we want to increase the hotel, we want to increase the customer restaurant, we want to increase the customers. What organization do? You have to identify what is the market segment, write down the requirements, communicate the requirements, organize process. So all these things, especially car dealers, buying a car, selling a car, So here, so it's actually here the car product is car actually, but many service industry, the organization has to look at it. Then customer care. So meet the customer expectation, get the customer's point of view, deliver what is promised. So that is very important. If you are not going to do that, service that is trouble. So you say I will restaurant, you say that I will deliver the dosa within 15 minutes. And many times, nowadays restaurants, they're not giving it in 15 minutes. They're going to give after half an hour. So that you are not keeping your promise. So customer care have to be. So make the customer feel valued. So that's what they have to be hired properly. Frontline people at later stage like to respond to all the complaints. Another thing also I forget. Customer complaint is one way of getting feedback. Complaint, you can identify the customer needs. So many times, if the customer is making a complaint, and if the problem is solved, 50% once again they'll come back. 50% one day. So this is also one important way by which you can, not for product especially, one way of getting the customer feedback. Over respond to the customer, provide a clean and comfortable customer reception area, optimize the trade-off between time and personal attention. So that is very important. At that time, many times that is a problem. Service it becomes a problem. A doctor, only one doctor is there, only one competent doctor is there, and one day 100 patients will come. The next day 5 patients will come. So the trade-off is going to be. So if there is rush, means the doctor normally that doctor will take 15 to 20 minutes to do the diagnosis. So if the rush is more, means he has to. So trade-off. That trade-off is going to be very important. Personal attention. So ideally, if you spend more time, especially service barber, whether it is saloon, whether it is hospital, if you spend more time, that is quality actually. But we have to optimize the trade-off between the time and personal attention. So minimize the number of contact points. So same contact point should be less. So many people, they will spoil the thing. This is what I told you. Provide pleasant, knowledgeable, and enthusiastic employees, especially frontline people. Hire people who like people. So that's what even teacher I used to tell. People, some teachers are very well qualified. They have PhD. They have done their MTech in a very good institution, but they should like students. That's what I used to tell. Many times they ask, when we are conducting interview for a faculty member, we should see their qualification. Many times, what they do is they will see the qualification, they see the communication skills. Of course, these two are very important. Master of the language, they see. Sorry, content. What is they see the communication skills, they see the qualifications, and then they see the knowledge, also subject knowledge also. They are, even when I came to VAT also, at that time, the then dean, they were asking some questions from subject. So that is all. These are all very important. But of course, they should like students. That then only that teaching learning process will be very effective. So with this, I will stop for this class, and I am going to give an assignment in the next week after Pongal. I'm going to give an assignment. So one is Kano model, which we have discussed in the last class. Maybe Monday, because Friday is not a working day. So Monday, we will discuss something about Kano model. And then I am going to discuss one thing from the second model, that is cause and effect diagram. This TQM interchangeably I will be teaching. Because first model, some of the areas, something. All these things, at the end of the day, I'll tell Cat 1 what will be the portion. So the cause and effect diagram I will teach. So for Kano model, I am planning to ask shampoo. So for the product hair shampoo, you have to construct the Kano model. So what are the issues in normal quality? then what are the issues in exciting quality, and what are the issues in expected unspoken needs, what are the unspoken. So all these things that Kano model you must indicate. So that is 5 marks that question. And then cause and effect diagram I will give for ineffective online classes. So I will teach on Monday what is that cause and effect diagram. That is called fishbone diagram, Ishikawa diagram. Fishbone, very popular tool, very popular. We have to for defective. It's a very quality tool. It's one of the 7 QC tools, quality control tools, to find out what are the causes and subcauses of a. So effect, from the effect you must find out what are going to be the causes. So these 2 questions, ineffective online classes, your minimum you have to identify 5 major causes, and for each major cause you should have 7 subcauses. So I will give that in the question. So that is 5 marks, and another 5 marks for Kano model of shampoo. So I will give the question after Pongal. So only thing is you need to answer for this question. So with this I will stop for this class, and I will take attendance. Just wait for 1 minute. I will take attendance.